Hello guys, welcome back to another exciting video tutorial on sanvfx. Today in this lesson we'll be looking at creating this simple robot and rendering it using Vray. This model was actually inspired by image I had found a long time ago, and I don't know who created that, so I cannot give credit to anyone. Sorry for that. And the rendering is quite different than that one, but the model is pretty similar to that one. So we'll be beginning by creating this head. We'll be looking how we can add this loop into our sphere, and then slowly we'll move on creating these different parts. So moving back to Max, let me create a sphere first. Okay, apply a simple gray shader, press J to turn off selection bracket and F4 to turn on edge faces. Then I don't want all of these segments, so I'll just reduce it down to 10, and let me set my radius to about 50. Okay. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degree. Okay. And also onto this angle about 55 degree, because I want this flat edge at the top. So you can also, like over here, this one, or okay, oops, sorry, I just undid everything. So let me rotate it again and get to, okay, this flat is at the top and bottom. Then I'm gonna convert it to editable poly and go to cut. The main idea here is to get that round loop of edges, since we don't have any into our sphere, so we cannot create from that, so we need to create them customly. Okay, then I'm going to go to edge and just delete all of these edges, just these cross edges only. Okay, control backspace. Same thing I may want to do at the back also, but I can just later on I can just duplicate or mirror this half part. So let me add in a segment in the middle as well. Connect. Okay, and I can just delete this half part. Delete. Or maybe I will just delete that later on. Okay, once that's done, if I go ahead and use nerf serve division, then you can see that we are almost kind of getting this loop right here. Okay, but it's flat. We'll fix that later on. So once that's done, let me just add a segment in the middle as well, right in here. Okay, it's gonna give some problems, so let me just do the same thing at the back also. Delete this. Just a similar step as we did before, so nothing too fancy. Okay. Okay, now I'll just select this one, do a ring. Okay, we have got all of them, and do a quick connect. Okay, then I want to kind of like create a round shape from here as well. So this one, bit front. Okay, we'll just tweak these vertices a bit to get a proper result. And also I want one segment right here as well. Ring and then connect, and let me just scale that up. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Maybe this one's too ahead, so let me move it a bit back. Well, and also for this middle one I want to scale them a bit, or maybe I guess just this one will be better. These two, scale them a bit. Just the idea here is trying to get this sphere kind of look. Then also scale this one up as well. Okay, then I'll just select this loop, and do a loop, then do a quick chamfer. Okay, how much thick you want this part, you can do that much. Okay, then I'll just go ahead, select this edge, do a ring, and control click the polygon. So we have all those selected. Then we can just extrude them inward, local normal, and just a little bit inward. Okay, then I'll again go back to edge, select all the corner edges, also from the inside part. Okay, and then again do a loop and do a chamfer, just a little bit amount. We don't want too much of chamfer. Okay, and I guess that will be good. Okay, so now if I go to use NURB subdivision mode, I can see that I get that loop, but my sphere looks a bit kind of like these edges, so we need to fix them. So first of all, let me just delete this half part, and okay, just delete them, and then let me go to NURB subdivision, then go to vertex, and I can just kind of tweak some of these vertices to get something good. And I want to get this a bit lower so that we have a better loop. Now we need to add one resolution right in here, so let's get rid of NURB subdivision and select this ring, connect. Okay, and we'll just move this a bit up. So sometime you may need to tweak on each and every vertices one by one to get the better result. It goes to kind of like organic modeling where we have to tweak each and every vertices. I will really feel very boring doing this. I don't like at all as well. Okay, now here we got some problems, so we need to pull this out a bit. Okay, that's good. This one also I want to pull that out a bit, maybe up. I guess right here, a little bit up. You can always go ahead and try them on your own, whatever you feel like. Okay, let's go to NURB subdivision again. Okay, now we have got a pretty good sphere. Now let me just mirror this. Mirror, do a copy onto a y-axis. Okay, then attach these two together and also select all the middle vertices and do weld. Okay, I think it's a little longer, so let me just shrink this back a bit. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. Let me just go to vertex. Let me just scale it a bit. Okay. Look at this. Okay, that's fine. Let's see now how it looks. Okay, that looks pretty good. So if you are not satisfied with some areas, then you can just go ahead and tweak the vertices to get the better result. Okay. Once that's done, we are going through this. I don't know what is this, maybe a weapon or eye, something like that. Okay, so we need a tube for that. Okay, this one is not so straight, so let me just rotate it first to make it straight. Okay, then go ahead and create a tube, maybe of this size. Okay, I don't want this long height, so get rid of height segments and reduce the height. You can see here, okay, it's a pretty big one. maybe little more radius, outer radius. Okay, that looks pretty good. We'll move it a bit up. Okay, let me convert it to editable poly and take these two corner edges and do a chamfer loop, chamfer. I can also increase the segment to get a smoother result. Okay, then let me press Alt Q to get into isolation mode, and I can just delete these back faces, ring, control click the polygon and just delete them. I won't be needing them. So Alt Q, and I can also check how it looks when we smooth it. Okay, it's looking pretty good. Okay, for this one also let me turn off notch division, and I can add it turbo smooth with 2 iterations and isoline display. Okay, then I'm just going to duplicate this one, shift and drag, okay, and make it smaller than before. Put one here and another one right here. Okay, maybe pull them a bit up and a bit closer. Okay, this looks pretty good. Okay, that looks good. Maybe put them in. I can maybe rotate them to match up our parts. Maybe somewhat like that, so that we have equal parts coming out from everywhere. Okay, that's looking good. Let me just delete this and do a mirror on, I guess, G-axis. Copy. Oops, it was the wrong direction. Let me just mirror it back again in X-axis, I guess. Okay. Okay, that's good. That's looking good now. The next step is going to be creating this weapon, long, kind of like gun barrel, or maybe you can imagine it to be like something like jetpacks or so, whatever you wish for. You can just use your own imagination on creating these types of barrels, or you can also add in some guns at the top here, or whatever you wish for. Just this one's pretty simple, creating a cylinder and doing a few extrudes. So let me just create a cylinder first. Okay, maybe first of all let me choose a size, correct size. I guess a bit more height. Oops, sorry, no height segment, just height a bit more. Okay, maybe this one will be pretty good, this size. And okay, let me press Ctrl Q and I'll just focus on this part first, and then we'll just duplicate them 4 times and position them correctly. So let me convert it to editable poly and go down here. Let me create a hole here, do a quick inset. Okay, extrude, negative extrude, maybe -5 or so, maybe -7. Let it go a bit inner. Okay, and then I can just delete that. Okay, then I'll just select this one, do a ring, and add in some support A's for the inner part. Slide it down. Or maybe I can just do that with chamfer, these 2 A's, ring, loop, and then do a chamfer. With 2 segments maybe. Okay. Okay, with that done, I'll just delete this top part as well. We don't need that. Then I'll just use my own imagination. It may be different than this one, but if you want to create the same one, you can just have a look at. Let me do a connect. Okay, just move it down this way. Again, select that, do a connect, back again. Okay. Let me select this middle face, extrude them up, local normal, and increase them outer. Okay. Then I'm going to add another segment right here up. I didn't create the height segment at first because I want to set them manually, so I can position them one by one. It'll be more easier. Okay. Again, I'll just scale this up, maybe, or maybe add another segment first. Connect. Okay. Down. Select all of them. Just scale them up. Maybe pull them down as well. Let me add in another ace. Let me do 2 this time and shrink them down. Okay, move them here. Select all these faces except the top and bottom one, and do extrude again. This time let me do an inside. Okay, that will be good. Something like that. And let's do something else for the top part. The connect, add in lots of segments right here, maybe about 23 or so. Okay. Before that, let me just, okay, this top part right here, I'll just do extrude for this one, just using some imaginations. Okay. And for the down part, we'll just select roughly all of them. Go to another view so it will be easy to select for us. Okay. Maybe just note this too. Okay. Then we'll do a quick insert, or maybe we can just do extrude with by polygon. That's not looking good. So we'll do an insert first by polygon. It's too much, so just a bit. Okay. Then we can just extrude them in or out, whatever you wish for. Just a bit. 0. Just let me first set it to 0 and then see how it looks. Okay, that's good. Let me go to A's and do a chamfer right now, so it will be easier for these parts, because there are lots of parts and it's gonna be very problem to select each and every edges later on. Okay, this one's look pretty good. I guess that's better than this one. Okay. Then we'll just select these loops, loop, and this down one as well, loop, and do a chamfer. Okay. For this part as well, loop and do a chamfer. Just kind of like creating the support edges for them. Okay, do a chamfer, maybe. What's happening to them? Okay. What I just want is I want to separate this middle part so that we don't need to smooth this part later on, except this two part. Okay, so I'll just detach them. Okay, we can attach them later on. Looks good. Okay, down here also I want to do the same. Select the loops and do a chamfer. Loop, chamfer. Okay. For this part also, if you want, loop chamfer to give it a better one. Okay, 2. Okay, for this one, loop chamfer, not that way, I want it to be sharp. Sorry. Okay, loop chamfer, repeat the same tape again and again. Okay, just few more. Loop and chamfer. Okay, that's good. Now I can also add in a turbo smooth to this one and isoline display. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Okay, F4, and let me add in a gray shader. And let me press Alt key to get out of isolation mode, and then we can now position this one. Let me just group them because we have 2 pieces, and name them weapon underscore 01. Okay, now let us position them. One at this point, I guess. Okay, I need to rotate them. It's, I guess, pretty long. It's longer, but that's fine. It's gonna be okay. Need to select a better position for this one, I guess. And that one's good. Let me put it a bit in. Now let me just mirror them in y-axis. Copy, pull back, and select these 2 and mirror them in x-axis. Copy them. Okay, that's looking good now. Now it's time to create our leg. So we have got several pieces right in here. From here, this angle right here, and so. Okay, so we'll start out by from this top piece here. Okay, before modeling our leg, let me just save in my scene. Okay, just save it out here. Robot 2 part 1 or something like that. Okay. Okay, let me just pull them up now. Okay, let's see how height I want of. Let me just create a box for our leg reference, kind of like the height for our leg. Okay, I guess that much will be good. Okay, that height will be good, or maybe a little more up, or maybe a little more down. I guess I don't want that to be too long. Okay, this side will be pretty good. Okay, let me delete this box. Okay, so first of all, this part right here. So just create a simple box. Okay, convert it to editable poly. Shape it a bit. Let's see. Also, I guess I want a bit more thickness. Okay. Let me pull this up right here. Like this. Let's see how is it. Okay. Just thin at the bottom and also rounded corners. Let me just round those corners first. Select these 2 edges and do a quick chamfer with a lot more segments. Okay, and then I can just scale them down this way. That's good. And let me pull this one back out here, and this one also. Let me rotate this part. Okay, once that's done, I can just pull them in a bit more and maybe rotate this out. I must say that the model now I'm creating might be different than previous one, but the idea here is to get how we can model them and position them. And this is pretty simple, so the further one, like intermediate users, it's gonna be not so useful. Maybe this creating this loop, it might be pretty useful for someone, but positioning these and creating these simple objects, that's some pretty simple techniques, just using simple tools. Okay, let me just select all these and do a smooth right here. One, okay, and also add in a gray shader for this one again. Okay, now let me do a chamfer. Select this one, loop. Okay, select this two face and control click the A's and do a chamfer. Not 5, just 2 will be fine. Okay, this one's just gonna be pretty good. So we don't want any edges to be that sharp, because in real nothing is too sharp, so everything has a bit of this chamfer or beveled edges. Let me now create a cylinder right here. Go to click the auto grid so we can create on top of this one. Okay. Also apply a gray shader to this one as well. And I want it to be of a little more high resolution, so I'll set it up to maybe 24 or maybe 32. Okay, that's good. And also I want to do chamfer for this one, so let me convert it to editable poly and select this face, control click the A's and chamfer. 2 segments, okay. Let's see what we've got next. Okay, this piece right here. So I'll just create this single piece long, and we'll just create kind of joints with this kind of cylinder or capsule like. Okay, that's just a cylinder type. Okay, how long we want them to be? Okay, not so long, maybe up to this one. So create a box for that one as well. Turn off the auto grid now. Just set maybe of this size. I want to set it. Rotate it down. Okay. Or maybe we'll rotate it later. First, let us do some editings so that it won't be problem later on. I don't want it that thick. Okay. Size looks a little longer, so let me pull it back in. And I can just pull it down, so okay, that's not looking good. I'll just rotate this. So let's look at the angle. The angle's not like that. A little more up, and maybe a little more shorter as well. Let's see back here. Okay, let me just select all these 3 pieces and move them into a new position, maybe up like this. Here. Okay, I guess that'll be fine. Okay, it's looking good. Let me just do a chamfer for this one as well. select all the edges and do chamfer. Okay, then let me create these two joints. Just a quick simple, maybe I'll use something else. Let's go to extended primitive and let me use a chamfer cylinder. Okay, so with that we can just bevel in our edges like this. Okay, I'll just add in a fillet segments a bit more. Now let us rotate this 90° in x-axis and position them. Scale them down. I want them pretty small. Okay, let's do more bigger. Okay, that's looking good. Kind of like that. Also, we have got another one right here. So let me just hold the shift key and drag it. Position it perfectly like around here. Okay. Okay, add in a gray shader to this one as well. So you can also set it to the default gray from here, but if we do that, our object's color will be, these edges will be gray, so I hate that. I just like them to be black, so I just always set them to black, and later on I assign a gray shader. The next thing, okay, we will model this piece right here. Okay, let's see, go to box again, something like that, and just rotate it. Okay, and see how long we have. It's not that long. Convert it to editable poly, and let me make it a little more shorter, and we'll thicken this area right here. Okay, a little more short up here as well, longer from here, and we have got these few cuts like this at this point. So let me add in some loop, connect. Okay, so let me move this part back. You can see here this part's kind of like bended a bit, and I'll just go ahead and press the G key to zoom in, select this one and do a chamfer, kind of like this. I think this is too much back, so let me pull it a little bit front, and this one as well, and this one as well. Okay, that's looking good. And then we will just shrink this down a bit. Okay, and select these edges, do a ring. Oops, the top parts must be set. Okay, we can select that and do a connect, and we can just move them right in around here, and we'll extrude a piece from here. Okay, pull this down a bit. Okay, now do some adjustments, just do some modifications, whatever you like for. And I'm also going to select all these faces right here and back as well. Do a quick inset and maybe a bit more, 1.5. Okay, and do a extrude, local normal. Okay, local normal, that's fine. Our group is also fine, and do it negative 1.2. Maybe -1 is fine. Okay, now we'll go ahead and select all the corner edges and chamfer them and loop. Okay, all these parts loop. I don't want these middle edges. I accidentally select them, or maybe because of previous selection. Okay. Okay. Also, I'll just select these parts right here, these corner edges. Just get all the edges in the corners, like this inside part as well. This one right here. This one, this one. Let's see if we have any. Okay, here is a few. Okay, we don't have that one. This one as well. For this one as well. So I'll just select all at once and just do a quick chamfer. You can also select all of them separately and do it separately, but let me save some time and do it at once. I don't want too much of chamfer. Let's see, around like this, two segments. Okay. Okay, it looks good. Let me now position it up like this, maybe. Let's see, a bit more tilted like this. Okay, looks good. Now let's go to this part right here. I think we did it. The height is not so enough for this one. Or maybe we need to pull this part up a bit more, somewhere around like that. Pull this one a bit out. Maybe rotate this. Sometimes this positioning creates problem as well. Maybe reduce the size of this one. It's too long, I guess. Also from top. Okay. Let me select this, reduce its size. I guess it's a little longer. Okay. Okay, now it's look good. Okay, let me go ahead and create a cylinder right here. Pretty big one. Let's see, we have kind of pretty long one, so increase its height. Okay, that's fine. Let me convert it to editable poly and extrude in some parts. Like you can see, we have both parts like that. Do inset, okay, extrude, not that much, maybe one, okay. Also do an inset, okay, extrude, okay, inset, okay, and extrude. Let's do it two this time. Okay, and control click the edges and do a chamfer. Okay, also for all these parts, loop and chamfer. Okay, now let me add a loop into middle, connect. Okay, delete this half part back. Okay, and then just mirror it, copy onto a y-axis. Okay, and just position it, then do attach and select all these vertices and weld. Okay, let me scale this back down. That's good. Now we can just create this piece right here, kind of similar to this one, so I guess I can just duplicate this one and just modify it a bit. Just duplicate it and rotate it just opposite 180 degree, and let's see, we need to rotate it back like this. This part is shorter right here, and these parts are more wider. Okay, let me move it back. Okay, with that it's just done with the previous piece only. And another thing I guess is, let's see, okay, this one is too thick, so like this one. Also pull this one back in. Okay. Let us play around a bit to get a better shape. Okay, that's fine. Okay, looking good. Okay, let me position it right at the middle. And finally we'll go into our feet. So let me just pull them back up a bit. I guess it's too long, going too long. So what I can do to reduce the size is I can just reduce this one some more. Okay, and pull them up. Okay, now I can just pull them back down as well. Okay, let's go ahead and create this feet. Pretty simple one. Just a quick cylinder. Let's go to top. Give this size. I'm going to press Alt A and align it to this piece so it is at the middle. Okay, like this. Let me scale it up a bit. Reduce the height. Convert it to editable poly. Editable poly, and do an inset, and also do extrude. Okay, that much will be fine. I do want to do a chamfer again, so just for these edges as well, right here. Loop, chamfer. Okay, now we can again move our robot back down. Pull them down right here. Okay. Okay, and then the next thing is gonna be like, okay, we have one joint, kind of joint right here as well. So let me drag this one down here. Okay. And so we have got this kind of steel finger or steel steers like that. Just create that with a box. Nothing so difficult. Kind of this shape. Oops, sorry. Box. convert it to editable poly, and then increase the height first. Add in some segments, connect maybe 4. Then we'll just extrude them up. Extrude 1 or maybe 1.5, I guess. 1.5. Okay. Extrude. Okay, and again this one. Extrude. Okay. I can decrease the overall height now. So this size maybe. Okay. Now I can just set their pivot in the middle. Just effect pivot only. Alt A and click this cylinder. Okay. Then now I can just rotate them 90 degree. Okay. Again 90 degree. Okay. Okay, I could have just set the amount. Okay, and that's done as well. Now one more thing, I need to create this joint right here. Here. That's pretty simple one as well. Just creating a cylinder and extruding. Pull this down here. It's too thick, so reduce the radius down, also the height down. First of all, let me just do some modifications right here. Convert, and so this is a small part, so it won't be too noticeable. Okay. Just extrude them. Local normal 1 maybe, or maybe 0.5 only. You can also do some extrudes right here to really low, and do extrude. Okay, and select this face, do an inset. Okay, and do extrude. Okay, now let me just rotate it. Okay, I can just position it right there. Rotate it a bit more. It's too much. Select the correct angle. I can then just reduce the size of this one, and maybe of this one as well. Okay, let me select all these top faces right here and scale them down. Oops, sorry. Reduce the size down a little more, pull them up, and select this edge right here, loop, and I can just pull them back, this back as well. Okay, that's done. So only now we have to is position these legs to our 4 sides. So let me just select all the leg parts and group them and name it leg underscore 01. Okay, now we'll just go effect pivot only, center to object, and oops, sorry, just press Alt A and align it with this our sphere there, XYG position. Okay, then we can now just rotate them pressing the shift key 90 degree and do 3 copies. Okay, with that much we are done now. So we have kind of like penetrating it up here. So what I can do is I can just pull this eye back and a little more front as well, and these two as well, and maybe separate them a bit more. Okay, let me press the F4 and just assign a gray shader to all our model and go to shaded mode to see how our model is like. Okay, that looks pretty good. It's obviously a bit different than this one. The height is, I think, a little more higher, but that's not a problem. Okay, so we have completed our modeling of this robot. So we'll see you in the next part where we'll see how we can render this robot using Vray. So till then, have a great time. Hope you guys enjoy the tutorial, and also don't forget to subscribe. Have a great day.